Hi everyone, today I'm just going to give you a short little tutorial on how to do a very simple hand-tied bouquet using peonies. Obviously peonies are in season, people are going absolutely bananas about peonies, and I know a problem a lot of people are going to have is how to get their peonies open. So if you pop over to our YouTube channel, which is called Case Flower School, we have just uploaded a new step-by-step tutorial giving you all the latest tips and tricks on how to get your peonies open and how to obviously prolong the life of them. So to make a hand-tied bouquet first, you'll need some hand-tied twine. Again, you can purchase this from your local flower shop, but we also have it for sale here at the school. So on our website, florischoolisland.com, if you scroll down to the floral sundries button, you will be able to purchase lots of floral materials for practicing or making up bouquets or floral arrangements at home. So with the hand-tied twine, we recommend maybe measure out approximately 1 metre of it, about 20 centimetres in, fold it over, make a little loop for yourself, and where my finger and thumb is pinching that together is to do a little double knot. And again, I do have a close-up step-by-step tutorial of that on our blog button, but also you'll find it on our YouTube channel. So make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel, Case Flower School. And when you watch any of our tutorials, we would really appreciate if you gave us a thumbs up, share the love, so you know that little heart button there, start clicking it. And again, we would really appreciate if you actually clicked share. So today I have some peonies, and again, I have these in already 3.5 days in water, and they're well conditioned. And again, as I said, if you pop over to the YouTube channel, you'll see exactly step by step how I treated them. What I have also is a little bit of ruscus foliage. Now ruscus foliage is an amazing foliage. It'll last for ages. I'm not exaggerating when I say you could get up to 6 weeks out of it. I swear to God. But listen, if you want to use foliage from your own garden, I have a little bit of the hellebores, depending on what time of year you're watching this tutorial, but also maybe a little bit of eucalyptus, or again, if you want to add in a little bit of flower, what about the ceanothus? Because when peonies are in season, also the ceanothus is in flower. So again, you can decide on what selection of materials you want to use. And again, if you have other foliages in your garden, what you could do is comment below there in the comments, and I can come back and then I can make suggestions or advise you if you do have any suggestions yourself. So first of all, have all your flowers conditioned and they've all had a good drink. And little things I use will be Chrysal Glory for prolonging the life of the flowers, keeping them hydrated. But also I use Quick Dip, and that also encourages them to open up. And again, you'll find all that information over on our YouTube channel. So what do we do here at the school? So here at Case Flower School, we have courses for students who want to train to be a florist. Some of our trainees are maybe just doing floristry maybe as a hobby, you know, doing something for enjoyment, or maybe they've been doing it as a hobby and they're looking maybe to go a little bit more professional. So our courses are a little bit different to other flower arranging courses out there. They are kind of more professional floristry training courses, and they are geared towards eventually getting a job in a flower shop or working on a commercial basis. Going back to our hand-tied, as you can see there, I've been removing the leaf. The higher up you decide to hold your bouquet, the smaller the bouquet will be. The lower down you hold the bouquet, the larger the bouquet will be. But today I want to keep this as a kind of a smallish bouquet because again, we will have beginners watching here. So whatever you decide to hold the bouquet, you must make sure that there's no leaf or material below your hand. So that's why as I take up the little pieces of ruscus, you can see the way I'm removing any leaf that's going to be below my hand. The same thing at this stage, if you want to add in a little bit of the ceanothus that has like this beautiful purple flower on it, and again it'll give a nice little bit of a texture. And if you don't like that little bit of leaf coming up, you can trim that off, but you can see the way I do like the little bit of purple flower coming up. And that's the great thing about floristry, you can more or less do what you want. And like here at the school is where we do train the students in the professional way of making bouquets, etc. But we also encourage all our students to get their own signature style that they can then go out there and compete within the industry, and everybody has their own style. Whether it's boho, whether it's vintage, whether it's wild and wonderful, or whether you prefer the formal style wedding bouquets. Here at the school, we have 4 modules. Module 1, which would be mostly commercial flower arranging, but you're also learning about wholesalers, costing, writing up recipes, working out your selling prices and the overheads of maybe running a flower business. Then we have module 2, and that's learning how to do hand-tied bouquets, where obviously I'll go into a lot more detail about the tips and techniques for making hand-tied bouquets, but also we cover funeral work or sympathy tributes on that module. And again, with all our tributes, you learn how to cost them, how to write up your recipes, what amount of flowers that you use, what it's going to cost you, what it's going to sell at, dealing with the customer, dealing with the undertaker, taking the orders. Basically, everything will be covered with you as part of this tutorial. Then we have module 3. That's a really popular module. All the students love that one. That's the bridal floristry. And like things from simple wedding bouquets to formal like teardrop bouquets, buttonholes, corsages, flower girls hoops, flower girls baskets, pomanders, the little flower girls wands, and all styles of wedding bouquets. But again, dealing with the bride, taking the order, how many flowers you need to order in, your minimum orders of flowers, buying in direct from Holland, what it's going to cost you to make the wedding bouquets, what the selling prices are. We even cover things like pre-questionnaires, contracts, checklists, like basically everything to do with bridal work will be covered on module 3. So when making hand-tied bouquets, presuming you're right-handed, all your flowers go on an angle with the head of the flower pointing to the left-hand side and the stems of the flower pointing on an angle to your right-hand side. If you're left-handed, you will work the opposite way. In our step-by-step tutorial, how to do hand-tied bouquets, we cover making them as the right-handed person or the left-handed person, so nobody is left out. It's often gassed the way sometimes you have a left-handed person makes it as a right-handed person and vice versa. So as you're adding in the foliage, sometimes with the students I call it the left shoulder tap, like left shoulder and then insert it in. And that way you'll get into the habit, that way, of what angle to place the flowers in. Here at the school, when you learn hand ties, we often spend a full day doing hand-tied bouquets. And believe me, again, the end of the day, none of our students have to do the left shoulder tap. They'll automatically do it. And they turn out some amazing bouquets. The scent of these peonies is just amazing. I'd love if you're able to smell them from where you are. So, going on from module 3, we have then what we call module 4. So module 4 would be more like your hotel and event decoration course. So obviously when you're doing weddings, you need to know how to decorate the church, the venue, the hotel, the reception, and maybe even the bride or the groom's house. So things like pedestal arrangements, suspended garlands, candelabra arrangements, the floral arch, the deconstructed arch or the floral pillars, which are really popular, the moon gate, which is very popular for outdoor venues, that way, pomanders, topiary trees, you name it, it'll be covered on the module 4. Now again, with all our modules, we supply all your flowers and your materials and basically any containers that you need. There will be some certificate work that you need to cover, and this will be kind of compulsory designs that you will have to complete. And then you're probably wondering, how do we supervise them? All our students get made a member of the Bloom Room. So the Bloom Room is like your virtual interactive classroom. And for the 4 weeks of the online program, you are a member of the Bloom Room. And all the tutors, myself included, are available in the Bloom Room from 9:30 till 3:30 every day. We normally close at the weekend, so Monday to Friday. But normally 10 days into the program, we organise your fresh flower delivery. It comes direct from Holland to your hall door, no matter what part of Ireland you're in. If you're down in the end of Kerry or the top of Donegal, the way, your fresh flowers will be delivered directly to your house. We will provide step-by-step tutorials, and they're all pre-recorded tutorials, so if anybody's wondering or worried about the Wi-Fi conditions in their area, don't worry about that. So we will provide step-by-step tutorials on the conditioning, or what we call the unboxing of all the flowers. So you will know exactly what to do with your flowers when they arrive, just to let you know how this is coming up. And when you're doing hand ties, like little tricks is, the more of a spiral you get at the bottom, obviously the bigger your bouquet will be on top. But going back to your flower delivery. So normally 10 days into the programme, your fresh flower delivery will arrive, and that particular weekend, we keep the school open. So the Bloom Room stays open, your virtual interactive classroom. So you're able to then watch your pre-recorded step-by-step tutorials, all practical classes on making the designs, whether it be the hotel and event decoration, or the wedding bouquet course, the hand-tied bouquet course, the funeral work, or the flower arranging. And then what you do is when you're working at home, you're obviously able to follow it on your laptop. It's as if I was in your kitchen with you, or you're here in the classroom with me. But then you can take step-by-step photographs, you post them then in the Bloom Room, and this is where we can give you feedback, help and support, and your critique that you need is, you know, the way, or if anybody runs into any problems. The difference about our courses, especially our online courses, they're completely different to your typical online course. You're not left on your own. So we're there all the time to help and support you. Like, sometimes I say to the students, it's nearly like I'm there to give you the kick in the ass if you need it, you know, that way. And I think that's what the students love about training here at Case Flower School. If you get a chance, go to our website, which is florischoolisland.com, and listen to our testimonial videos. So click on the buttons to the testimonials. And we have hundreds of videos from past students who have attended our school. Students who have done our classroom-based courses and students who have done our online courses. Students who are here in Ireland, where English is maybe their first language, and students from all over the world where maybe English is definitely not their first language. And how they found training here at Case Flower School. So basically, don't take my word for it, take their word for it. Now, when you are training here at the school, you'll be doing your hand-tied bouquets a lot quicker than I am here, because obviously you won't be explaining about all the different courses that we have here at the school. But listen, if you have any questions, or if you'd like to maybe give us a ring here at the school and have a chat, like I don't mind, I'll have a chat to you about maybe what your training requirements are. Maybe you have some training skills already and we can see maybe where you can pop in maybe at a different module. The best thing to do is either drop us an email, info@florischoolisland.com, or again, if you would like to ring the school, have a chat to me. If you're ringing from outside Ireland, put in the code 00353. But if you're ringing here direct in Ireland, our mobile number is 086, drop the 0 if you're ringing from outside Ireland, by the way, 086 26 44472, or our landline number 01 for Dublin, again if you're ringing from outside Ireland, drop the 0, 45 38 649. Again, the sound from this is amazing. Listen, thanks for watching, and I hope you picked up a couple of little tips there as we went along.